Hey everybody, Baldoric here. Today we are going to be talking about the brand new Resplendent hero, which is Minerva. Honestly, one of the best looking Resplendent outfits to date. Honestly, really enjoying this one. I think it looks really good. So I thought it'd be a good idea to talk about different ways you can build her and use her in the different modes. So, right off the bat, decent stat spread, definitely a little bit bulkier than most flying units, which is really cool. But definitely has some unique, maybe not unique, but definitely has some specific roles she fills well that I want to showcase today. First one being an 8th raid defense build with Gale Force. Keep in mind she is Dark Blessed, and I gave her Bramimond and Yune as a ally, so she has those buffs going for her, which is attack and speed. Now, if we take a look at a build like this with Lunge, and we mix this with other units that are Wings of Mercy units, whether they are flyers as well, or other units that just use Wings of Mercy dance, something like that, this becomes a really strong combo on defense. Your goal on defense is to kill as many of the opponent team as possible so that you can decrease your lift loss if you do end up losing, or even if you just get 1 or 2 kills, a lot of people will just leave the game because they're looking for perfect games. So, your objective is to go in, lunge the first target, survive, right? And then go in and hopefully hit some of those squishies that they were not as prepared for you to attack. And considering that after the first combat you will have taken damage, potentially a second combat of taking damage, you will definitely be in Wings of Mercy range, meaning that you can have somebody go in, Wings of Mercy, possibly dance, possibly be another Gale Force attacking unit, and get some other kills, which should at least guarantee some lift loss recovery, meaning you're not going to lose as much lift, or it guarantees that you are going to at least be getting a kill or two, preventing the enemy team from getting that full score, and maybe making them leave, which is a win for you. So if you want to win your defense games or definitely get a kill, this is a build that's very strong for that. It works really good. She is not an exclusive unit that works for this. You can do this with units like Eliwood. His Cav unit works extremely well. Regular Cav unit, all merged up and everything like that, works fantastic with this. There's lots of units that do the Gale Force strategy well. But if you want to do this with a flyer, if you want to set your map up to work with a flyer to make this happen, she's a great one to do it with, and I think that fits a fantastic role for her. It works great, and her weapon makes it a little bit easier because you do get -1 charge, which is great, because if she does go in, hit somebody and kills it, and then you dance her and she goes again, she will have that Gale Force even if she doesn't take that hit from the opponent, which is very helpful. So very good build there. I think it's fun. Definitely could use this on 8th raid defense. You don't even need it as merged up as this, but I'm just showcasing it at max and best. Now, if you're looking for something more of an arena base, we're still going to go with the Gale Force build, but this time we're going to be going more of working with the teammates you have with aerobatics. Most people, or at least the bonus unit, is typically an infantry unit, especially if you're using one of the Asuka Trio as your bonus unit because perhaps you don't have one of those bonus units and they are one of them or something like that. They're infantry. So with aerobatics, obviously one of the big things you can do with that is go in, have her go in to a nearby unit that you have to be able to attack from a different spot that she wouldn't be able to reach. It basically gives her an additional space depending on where that unit is. And what's great about this build, on your turn, you're getting both of those Swift Sparrows off on your attack, which is going to be fantastic. Now, the only thing I might do differently here, I chose a kill something like on combat guarantee with 2 Swift Sparrows. You might, in fact, I honestly, now looking at it, would probably switch Swift Sparrow 2 out as her S-slot to Heavy Blade. I think that would actually perform a lot better. I don't know why I didn't do that anyways. But you could also do this because it's going to guarantee a double and guarantee a lot of damage. And depending on what your team is, perhaps you have a dancer that's all merged up that you're using, this might actually work really well for that. Because if you're attacking twice and you take a hit, that's 3, and with her weapon she has 4 charges, so she only needs 1 more combat to make that happen. So I guess ideally, depending on who your teammates were, this could work very well as well. Kind of depends, and if you have some way of reducing that cooldown charge, perhaps instead of a joint hone attack, you're using Time Pulse. The only problem with that is it doesn't score as high as Joint Hone Attack, but it's not absolutely necessary if you're not going for completely maximum score, but you could do that as well. And keep the Swift Sparrow too. Aerobatics could also be switched in for whatever you want to use movement-wise. You could, if you like you know, if you have a flyer team or something like that, you can make it the corresponding flying one. There's plenty of options here for flying units in their B slots. You can just make sure that you're not using lunge in this build because it doesn't score as well as one of these skills. So something to keep in mind when building this is try to keep it to be a more high scoring one if you're doing it for arena. If not, I would still recommend doing lunge heavy blade because that's going to give you extra range. It's going to make it so you can cover more ground and get those units that aren't as prepared in the back. Okay, so that's how I would build it for arena. Something like this. Something to keep in mind though is that her res stat is low. Definitely don't want to have her run into a spot where she's going to get hit by a tome user. Even if it was a blue tome, she's got a good amount of HP, but it's a little bit risky. Okay, just something to keep in mind. Lastly, we have the right out of the bat, you get your Resplendent version of her. You want to use her for whatever mode. Maybe you want to prepare for her being a bonus unit. You just want to use her because her art's awesome and you just want to use this unit in general. Here's a pretty solid basic build, and I'll tell you why. Dragon Fang is normally a 4 charge move that goes down to 3 charge, which does mean that in one combat, as long as she doubles, you have Dragon Fang ready for the next combat. And if you're using something like Fury 3, Desperation, after your first combat, even if you double in the first combat but normally wouldn't, Desperation will get you into that, or Fury will get you into that Desperation range, which works really well. Or even if you just do an attack, kill something, and you take that little bit of damage, you are now in Desperation range to perhaps be danced to go in and attack again. Swift Sparrow should help a little bit with her slightly lacking speed stat at low and best, and boosting her solid attack stat, making it so that she does still perform those doubles relatively frequently. You still have to work a little bit for it. Her speed stat is low. You probably want partners with her that can buff that. But besides that, it's still pretty good. Attack Smoke just ensures some survivability. Once you go in, get those attacks off, you want to make sure that that Attack Smoke is actually hitting those units to make sure that she doesn't take as much damage on enemy phase. Her weapon, as we've talked about, does decrease that special cooldown charge. That's why Dragon Fang is 3, but it also does plus 10 damage with special procs. So Dragon Fang is going to be doing quite a bit of damage anytime it goes off. So if you combo this well with other units that allow her to go multiple times, like dancers and things like that, I honestly think it does end up being fairly strong. Okay? And that's it. It's a pretty short video today, but thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, consider subscribing. I'm going to be putting out more videos just like this for every Resplendent hero that comes out. Any other specific units that come out for like Grand Hero Battle, Tempest Trials, things like that, I always do a video on them. And I might be doing some other videos soon on different aspects of the game. So, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time.